Yes, people, what is going on? It's the morning after the night before, where Manchester United have been beaten by Chelsea 4-3 at Stamford Bridge, having led the game in the 99th minute, the latest the Premier League team has ever led a game, and ended up losing it. Manchester United somehow managed to throw the 3 points away. We also saw us do that at Brentford, scoring so late on, 96, 97 minutes into the game, and still managing to drop points. That's 5 points dropped this week away from home, from winning positions in the dying stages. That is absolute shocking from Manchester United, and it has all but put to bed any hopes we had of finishing in the Champions League football. And what it does bring is plenty more questions about Erik ten Hag's future, just what is going to happen with it. And I can't lie, I've never been as confused as a manager as I have about Erik ten Hag. I am so confused about this one. On one hand, I say to myself, look, last season he was incredible. This season it's been abysmal, don't lie. But last season he was very good. I enjoyed most of the football that we saw, although there were times when it was pretty bad. We managed to win a trophy, get to another final, and of course finish in those Champions League spots, third as well, which, when you look at the pre-season predictions, Man United were predicted to finish 5th, 6th, 7th, wherever, you name it. And we managed to pull it out the bag, get a trophy, Champions League football in your first season. No manager has done that since Sir Alex Ferguson left the club. It was a positive start. You look at some of the decisions he was making, the big decisions he had to make. He was making them and making them well. And then you look at this season, we've lost 40% of our league games. That's 12 out of 30 league games we have lost. Usually you'd go, any Manchester United manager should be sacked after that. There are some circumstances where you go, we've had a lot of injuries, maybe the squad's not good enough. But losing that many games is unheard of, and there's no excuse for that. Especially when you look at the way we've lost some of those games. Just look at that Chelsea game, for example. In the lead with minutes to go, we chuck it away. And yes, you can talk about some individual mistakes. Yes, you can talk about all those kind of things. But ultimately, you're looking at Manchester United this season. You're seeing no patterns of play. You're seeing a team that's very emotional. You're seeing a team that can grab defeat from the jaws of victory on a regular basis. And yes, there's been a few moments like we saw against Liverpool here at Old Trafford in the FA Cup. Yes, there's been a few moments like that, but generally Manchester United have been poor this season. And while he has got the credit in the bank from last season, you have to look at this season and go, would any manager deserve to stay after this? You look at the new ownership coming in, and they'll be watching. Apart from that game against Liverpool, Old Trafford's been pretty flat this season. Now, I don't think fans have turned on him at all. I think a lot of fans want him to do well. We're just confused as to what is going on. Are we seeing a team that just has no guidance, no leadership? The team isn't good enough, and therefore we're seeing the results that we deserve. I don't think that's quite the case. And whilst I think there are reasons for Ten Hag not doing well, most of the time you've got to take it on your chin yourself and ask, what could you be doing better? And I think there is a lot that the manager could be doing better. Even when you look at the way he's come out after some games when we've clearly been poor and said he was happy with some of these things don't make sense. And they scream to me as a manager that's just trying to cling on to something and have a little bit of hope left in him. And trying to give an outwards impression that everything is fine when it's not, when it's far from it. So I am a little bit worried for Erik ten Hag. I don't know where to go from here, but he is the most confused I've ever been. And I do feel when you look at the new ownership, they will be looking around going, Old Trafford's flat on most days. The results aren't good enough. The players aren't performing. The tactics aren't working. The football isn't getting better. Then you have to sack this man. But also I look at some of the other options out there. I look at some of those options. People talking about Gareth Southgate. People talking about Graham Potter. People talking about guys like that. It makes me go, just stick with the man. And part of me goes, yo, give him to Christmas, let's see what can happen. Our backing is really, that says I'm taking the piss a little bit, but let's see if he can turn this around. A lot of people bring up McKola Arteta at Arsenal, 8th, 5th. He didn't have a season like Ten Hag had last season, but he managed to build a team and build something at Arsenal, and now they're challenging whether they win a big trophy or not. Who knows? But they are in a position where they're challenging at the moment. And do we have to give the manager some time like that. But you also have to earn that time. You also have to earn that time. And you're looking around and you're going, what benefits have we got at the moment of sticking with him? And it's hard to find some. It's hard to find some, which, you know, it disappoints me because I like Erik ten Hag. I like him. I think he's a very good coach. And part of me wants him to be given an opportunity to turn this around. Part of me hopes he is given that opportunity. But also I look at it realistically and I go, the football's getting no better. We're conceding too many goals. We're conceding too many shots. Like, some of the tactical decisions are baffling. Some of the substitutions are baffling. You know, how can we stick with this? How does it get better? But you also look at the squad and you go, in goal, I think Onana's been pretty good recently, but we still need a goalkeeper to challenge him. In defence, we need both sides. We need fullbacks, right and left. I know Delow's been a decent player for us apart from that Chelsea game this season. And you know, we need fullbacks on either side. We need centre backs on either side. You know, a couple at least. Then you look in the midfield. We need a whole new midfield apart from Kobbie Mainoo. Then you're looking up top, and you need players in each position. Yes, Rasmus Højlund, Garnacho, Rashford looks good as a front three at times, but you still need players in every single position. So then part of you goes, well, actually, have we even got a squad that this Man United team should have? Do we not need to improve the squad before we start pointing the fingers at the managers? But also there's times where you think, he could be doing better, man. And as you can see, look, I just thought I'd sit down here and ramble on. I didn't really have a plan. I didn't really have an idea. I just haven't spoken about Manchester United on a video on this channel in a while, and I thought, let me just get whatever. But I understand that I'm just confusing everyone, and I wonder if you guys feel the same way as well. Like, do you feel the same way as I am? Just a little bit lost and confused at the moment. We're not going in the right direction, but I kind of feel like maybe just give him a little bit of a, I don't know, man. I'm so lost and confused. So lost and confused about this situation. So lost and confused about where Manchester United are heading at the moment. And part of me does want to see this manager with that new structure and with everything above him, you know, ticking over. I don't like the idea of Gareth Southgate, but then you go, surely they're watching this and going, this isn't good. We need to make a change. And part of me feels like that change will happen at the end of the season. You know, new sporting director, new this, new that. I think they'll get a new manager to go along with it. But I'll be really gutted if that happens, that Ten Hag weren't the man to benefit from that structure, because I still think there's a coach in there. I really do. I just think circumstance, pressure, injuries, everything combined has led us into this position of confusion, of not knowing where we're going. And we need someone to just grab the reins at the moment. What is going on at Manchester United? No one seems to know. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I know I've kind of rambled on and probably not brought you anywhere here with this video, but we're here at Old Trafford. We're getting things off our chest. Erik ten Hag is the manager at the moment. Will that last beyond this season? Who knows? Part of me thinks he deserves to go. Part of me thinks, give him a chance. Give him till Christmas. But you need to earn that time. I'm so confused. See you in a bit.